Can we talk about the collaboration with Mischief?
What collab? Oh, this one?
Rapper Lil Nas X had a hell of a weekend, releasing a limited line of 666 Satan shoes, custom Nike sneakers that have a drop of human blood in them.
In March of 2021, the arts collective Mischief, in collaboration with musical artist Lil Nas X, announced the limited release of 666 unauthorized modified Nike Air Max 97 sneakers called Satan shoes. These shoes were worn by the devil in Lil Nas X's recently released music video for the song MONTERO, in brackets, Call Me By Your Name, and the project was the subject of major controversy for the satanic symbolism. The air unit of the shoes themselves is filled with 60 cc's of ink and 1 drop of real human blood, donated by 6 Mischief employees. This is not Mischief's first foray into faith-based footwear. In 2019, the company went viral when they released Jesus shoes, this time injecting holy water from the Jordan River into Air Max 97 Bubble soles. But although the Jesus shoes did spark some debate around potential sacrilege of holy water as a marketing prank, the Satan shoes gained significantly more notoriety, in large part thanks to their presence of actual human blood.
Wait a minute. Any verification of that at this point, or is that just, do we think that's really just a marketing tactic?
The company confirmed to NBC News yesterday that there is a drop of blood in the sole, apparently.
All right.
Pastor Mark Burns tweeting, "This is evil and heresy." I have to say, all the religious controversy aside, I'm also just grossed out about a pair of shoes with someone else's blood, but that's me.
Both the Jesus shoes and the Satan shoes sold out in minutes. In April of 2021, Nike settled a trademark lawsuit against Mischief, resulting in the voluntary recall of both sneaker mods. Though Nike was not happy for their brand to be associated with devil worship and blood sacrifice, the use of blood in commercial products is not unprecedented. The Satan shoes have been compared to the 1977 Marvel Comics special, following the heavy rock band Kiss, as superheroes fighting Doctor Doom. The comic's ink was mixed with blood sourced from the band members themselves. This stunt saw great success and limited controversy, as fans were excited to get a little piece of Kiss. Even a very small amount of blood can serve to stand in for the person it came from. The phenomenon of blood worship is anything but new. Arguably, the religious upset over the Satan shoes arises from a very Christian attitude towards the power of blood as the essence of life itself, and thus its importance as a relic to be venerated. A relic is a physical remains or personal effects of a venerated figure, like a saint. Though relics are present in other religions, Western attitudes around the body are largely influenced by deeply ingrained Christian beliefs. Churches are often built in veneration of the figure whose relic they hold, becoming a site for pilgrimage, where visitors may come to venerate the figure and ask them for divine help.
Relics are redolent of, and in some ways a continuation of, the Incarnation. This central claim of Christianity, that God in Christ becomes human. That means taking to himself a body. Christianity is not a dualistic game. It's not a game of spirit escaping from matter, but rather it's about the salvation of the whole person, body and soul.
In the Catholic Church, there are different classes of relics. Third-class relics are anything that have touched a first or second-class relic. Second-class relics are items owned by saints. Like with modern-day celebrities, these items are considered important just for being associated with someone important. A first-class relic is an actual part of a saint's body. The most divine relics are attributed to Jesus himself. The Basilica of the Holy Blood in Bruges, Belgium, is one such church which claims to hold the blood of Christ.
Up there, the top altar, is a phial. And that phial, do you know what it's said to contain? No, what's it said to contain? It's said to contain some drops of Jesus Christ's blood. Yeah.
Arguably, we make relics of our loved ones, both living and deceased. While holy relics may allow people to feel closer to God, there are a number of secular ways we feel closer to people. The Victorians made an art of this through the development of sentimental hair work, particularly in jewelry such as brooches, into which they would insert a lock of hair as a friendship keepsake or an expression of mourning.
And nothing is more significant than hair work because it's made of humans. It's a human textile. So hair work is this inherent mystery that contains actual human lives and stories.
This practice is not so different from mothers today saving a lock of their infant's hair in a scrapbook, or perhaps holding on to their child's baby teeth. We have these practices that we consider normal after death, but we have a tenuous relationship to while one is living. Consider your reaction, for example, to hair in a drain compared to hair in a locket. Discarded bits of body are only lovely if intentionally collected. While hair may be considered an acceptable keepsake, the more squeamish among us would pale at the thought of saving the blood of another. The presence of anonymous blood in the Satan shoes was enough to secure that desired demonic cachet. But what about the blood of a loved one? In 2001, actors Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton, then embroiled in a whirlwind romance, made headlines for reportedly wearing vials of each other's blood around their necks. In reality, only a drop of blood was pressed into a glass locket, but the couple, kept apart while filming movies in separate countries, felt that it was a romantic, if slightly macabre, way of keeping each other close.
Hey, let's poke our finger with a pen. Smear a little blood on there. When we're away from each other, we'll wear the necklace. It was that easy. But by the time it came out in the press, it sounded like we were wearing a bucket of blood around our neck, you know.
More recently, celebrating Valentine's Day 2021, perhaps inspired by this act, musical artist Machine Gun Kelly revealed on Instagram that he wears girlfriend actor Megan Fox's blood in a necklace as well. This kind of visceral bodily connection is highly intimate, making it an understandable choice for intense romantic relationships. There is a pervasive notion that these body traces hold some fundamental part of this whole, and pop culture has recognized this.
It's hammer time, snitchy.
That's Snake's voice. Of course, the transplant. Somehow Snake's hair must be controlling...
Oh, please, Lisa, everyone's already figured that out.
The 2000 rom-com Return to Me centers on a woman who receives a heart transplant from the wife of a man after she dies in a car accident. Unaware of their link, by chance the two later meet and fall in love. When she realizes the connection, however, she is horrified. Though not directly stated, there's an implication that the transplant may have had some agency to somehow facilitate their romance. This idea of body parts maintaining elements of their owners is present in horror stories as well. The 2002 Hong Kong-Singaporean horror film, The Eye, follows a blind woman who, upon receiving a cornea transplant, inherits with it the previous owner's psychic ability to foresee imminent death. So, the intimacy inherent in the displaced body has the power to be comforting or terrifying. Like how Christians may venerate body parts of saints as relics, we understand the physical body to be inherently connected to the spirit. In the memorial market, there is increasing demand for creative ways of presenting cremated ashes.
A business is giving people the option of having remains made into a genuine diamond.
It's a little different. What's really special to me about my memorial diamond is that every time I show it to someone, I get to talk about my dad.
Much in the way one may choose to keep the ashes of a loved one, amputees may request to keep and preserve their amputated limbs, as it can help them to cope with the trauma of that loss.
Still so unreal to look at. Like, what's crazy is, like, because I feel like phantom sensations still, right? I feel like phantom limb. A lot of times I feel my knee still. So it's crazy. It's like, no, your knee's actually right here.
Yeah. Some request to be buried with their amputated limbs for religious reasons, keeping the integrity of their body more intact. It's clear that, although the relics of Catholicism may seem
kind of weird, kind of creepy,
we can still appreciate the power that objects and bodily fragments of a cherished person can have in their absence. We have this idea of the body and the soul as separate entities, but somehow we still feel like these body fragments hold some fundamental essence of the human they came from. The blood in Lil Nas X's Satan shoes was more or less anonymous, divorced from the importance of the artist. Would the reaction, or the price, have been different if the blood had been his?
Yeah, it's actually, for each pair, I gotta put a lot of my blood out of my body and put it inside of each shoe. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Whether it makes you feel uncomfortable or more connected, developing relic culture asks us to rethink the relationship between the body and personhood.